Rasslin with Racism, where we wrestle with racism every single day of our lives. If you are an American Negro and you are not subscribed to Rasslin with Racism, check out the other content. And if it hits you to the core, subscribe and share with every single American Negro that you know, whether they are wrestling fans or not. And also be sure to check out the playlist, the Message to the Grassroots in the playlist, which is going to be very important as we get ready to head into the new project 2025. When you are frightened and confused, which way will you choose? And all of that will be laid out when I do my very first speech, America Prevents, at a date that is going to be named very soon. Um, so be sure to check that out. Also, check out the importance of delineation series in the playlist as well, so you can know the dangers of not delineating and the importance of delineating. We're going to talk about the importance within this episode. But right now, I want to introduce my co hosts, Deportation 2025 and the Bearded One. What's up?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Yeah, nothing much.
Yeah, I hear you.
You got two tired Negroes here. Are you tired yourself, Chat?
Nope.
I don't do nothing at work all day. Today was a little different, but I don't know. I've been tired as hell. I guess it's just being in that motherfucker, seeing all these purple people. We're gonna go on to purple people. Uh, no, because that's just starting to get irritating. No, because they be talking at one time. But we're gonna get on that later on. Um, the owner of a stolen gun is coming up soon, hopefully. But we're gonna go ahead on and get started. The what do we start with? SmackDown? Is that where we last left off at?
Yeah, I think it was SmackDown.
I know you wanted to say something about SmackDown. I didn't see it, and to be honest with you, I don't remember anything. So I want to ask you two questions before you give a SmackDown report. Um, were the Street Profits there?
No, sir.
Okay. How many weeks is that now?
I think we're going on a month. I think
And it's not.
Montez won a singles competition, a singles match, and that was it.
Who did he win that singles competition with? Did it have anything to do with tag teams?
It could have been. I think it was one of the Garzas.
The Garças. That sound Hispanic, right?
Yes, sir. I think
Okay.
it was. I think it was Angel, Angel Garza.
Oh yeah, LWO.
I remember that name. So the LWO, that's Rey Mysterio group, right?
Yeah, then yeah,
Nah, that was Legado del Fantasma.
Legado del Fantasma. Never mind.
Oh man, I'm off the loop. Wow.
I
Okay,
see
yeah.
clips here and there. So
Did y'all learn Spanish? Um, saying these people names?
No, I just know their
Oh,
names.
just know their names. Okay.
and yeah, I'm aware of the names. I took like 2 years of Spanish, one in eighth grade and one in ninth.
Man, you is in Texas. You got all them goddamn Felipes around. Stop acting like you ain't been to a few fiesta parties and shit. Nah.
Yeah, I had them at work.
No big shoulder, no big. Oh God, I forgot to take that picture of that lady. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry, y'all got to see what I'm talking about. This, like, I can't say her name, nothing, but she looked like a true Mexican. She is. She might be Caribbean or something. I don't know. She got the long ass fingernails. But uh, just she got no ass whatsoever, and just the biggest back that you ever seen in your motherfucking life. Um, but these Mexicans, We're gonna talk about Hispanics in the WWE because I'm starting to notice something. But we gonna get to that when we talk about Raw. We're gonna tie that in. Bookmark that. We're gonna tie the Hispanic talk in with Penta. All right.
Okay.
Let's get back on SmackDown real quick. Okay, so the Street Profits weren't there. It's been about a month. If there has there been any injury report on them, real or fake?
No. No kayfabe, nothing serious on the injury report. I would have saw something by now. The only thing I could think that's going on that I said it before is they probably getting repackaged.
Okay. Uh, let's start with that. Mike, do you repackage the Street Profits? Do you keep them the same but give them success, or do you break them up?
Um,
I would, hmm,
Go ahead first, Mike.
I would try to see if I could repackage them a bit, give them a bit more edge to them. But if that doesn't work, break them up.
Now, did they try to show Edge when they was with the Street Profit with Bobby Lashley? Like, what was that?
I think that was to appease Bobby, honestly.
To appease Bobby, who is a Hispanic, who is a Panamanian, who wants to erase blackness, right?
Who is a tether?
Yes,
Yep.
and he went on the table for three. Program that they got on the Peacock or whatever, the WWE network, with maybe Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, and where he said that they were the new blacks because they talked a certain type of way or they dressed a certain type of way. He said that. Are y'all aware of that?
I think I might have seen a clip of that.
Yeah, I probably, I don't really watch the table of threes to entirety. I see who's on there and then pretty much go on to the next clip, but I was not aware.
He said that, and I will share cut later, if not tomorrow. But y'all can look it up. Just WWE Table for Three. You can even look on YouTube. They got that specific clip.
Okay,
But you
yeah,
know,
real quick though. At the three, we know Nemesis was there. Who else was there? Was it MVP?
uh, Cedric Alexander.
Is Cedric's not Cedric's a FBA, right?
He maybe, I believe he
Okay,
is. But
okay,
motherfuckers, until I get 100% confirmation,
yeah,
because he kind of looked funny, but he sound all American.
yeah,
But then again, you know what I'm saying?
all of them do.
Uh, I know that Swole is his wife. She look a little funny now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That she didn't look a couple years ago.
yeah, she give me
Uh,
young Eartha Kitt vibes.
oh wow, what is Earth? Oh wow. Where the fuck did you get that from?
It's in the eyes. They got them bug ass eyes.
Uh,
It's not attractive. See, when Eartha had that shit on her face and as Spider as Catwoman, she looked good. She take that shit off. She don't. She's not. I mean, it's a bug's
Man,
life.
that's the only time that she looked good. I didn't.
Thank you.
She looked like
And when she sang
she
Santa
could have
Baby,
played Corella.
yeah, wow, she should have
Hey,
been Cruella. Fuck Glenn
she should
Close
have
and that
been
other white
Corella, but
bitch.
they wasn't woke then. They didn't start integrating swap or race swapping characters during that time.
Nah, you failed. You failed on that one. You failed on that one. All you had to do was make the damn shit black and white. That's Cruella
Oh
Deville.
man.
God
Well, I mean,
damn.
look, she played fucking Catwoman in the '60s, so that she the epitome of race swapping, right?
Yes, she's the first one I can think of.
Now, I'm not saying that she was ugly or nothing. She pretty, but she just, I don't know. She just, she, maybe because I've always seen her old. I
Tether
wouldn't do it.
vibes?
Huh?
Taylor vibes.
Well, is
Oh,
she?
she yes.
I
Oh
never thought to
yes.
look into her.
Oh
Well,
yes.
uh
Oh yes.
oh,
She's a
uh oh,
tether. Oh yes.
maybe I
Oh
can be
yes.
disrespectful.
Oh
What is she?
yes. She said some disrespectful shit about brothers. Oh yes.
She said something. All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
spill it.
Yeah.
We got two
I mean,
hours, motherfucker.
yeah.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
thinks.
yeah. Come on.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to pull some shit up. Hold on.
Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah, it was pulling up. My bad. I know we wasn't expecting to talk about Eartha
Yeah, I
Kitt.
remember
And
she
if
did
y'all
say
not
some shit.
familiar with who Eartha Kitt is, I mean, she is maybe the
I remember
second
her as
Catwoman.
Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
Huh?
I remember her as Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Yeah.
That was a Disney movie in 2000.
Your
Oh,
phone is
okay.
starting to go out a little bit. The sound's starting to go out a little bit. Mike,
Now they say she's an American, but I've heard a couple of people say she's Caribbean.
she might be. You know, these people gonna come in with that American tag.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
but what did she say that was did she say something disrespecting the American Negro man? And
No,
who did
no.
she marry? I'm pretty sure she was married to a bunch of motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was, I believe it was a bunch of white men, but I'm trying to make sure. I don't want to say nothing.
Eartha Kitt is like the Elizabeth Taylor of melanated people.
I'm,
Elegant. Um, she played the old lady off of Boomerang that was fucking Marcus.
okay,
And
it wasn't American Negroes specifically. It was she said some shit uh that was pretty much misandrous towards men. But I don't care about the other men. I only care about the American Negroes. So that's disrespectful to me.
well, like I said, send me the clip. We'll talk about it later. We got to move off of Eartha Kitt
Hmm.
on wrestling with racism.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go back. Okay, so why did we get an Eartha Kitt? Or who the fuck? You said somebody looked like her.
Big Swole.
Big Swole. Okay, so yes, Big Swole. And the reason why we brought all that up is because I don't know what Big Swole is no more. So she looked kind
Yeah,
of funny. You know what I'm
suspected
saying?
tether. We
Yeah.
could put her in the suspected tether category, right?
And they out of Florida, right? They based out of Florida, right?
Yeah. So that even what if it's
Okay.
northern Florida, I have hopes. If it's South Florida,
Well, I'm pretty sure they got a little bit of money, so they live in South Florida now. But of course, where they came up from, that could be a different thing. So we're
true.
gonna keep an eye out on that. Carmelo Hayes, did he do anything on SmackDown?
Backstage communication with Jimmy Uso. Jimmy clowned him. You know, Jimmy is real cosplayish when it comes to our culture. Um,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
touch on these motherfuckers, boy. I guess we can do that. So finish saying what you were saying, and I want to say something about the Usos.
yeah, they really. I don't like the way they portraying Carmelo Hayes. Him going from this confident person when he was in NXT, and now he's just a backstage weasel that might win matches. I don't agree with the way they
Excuse me,
portraying him at all.
might win matches or might not have matches at all. Did he
Both.
wrestle anybody on SmackDown?
Both. When was any? Can you recall any time when he goes to SmackDown? We know he's gonna win this match. No, when he
Well,
wrestled in NXT, we
my
knew he
thing
was
is
gonna win.
this. My thing is this. Let me start off by saying this. I'm gonna say this multiple times. Triple
Okay.
H told us that he doesn't see color. Three
Hmm.
months later, that is becoming clear that he meant exactly what he said.
Gospel.
So when you got a guy that had a lot of hype, like Carmelo Hayes, and they act like they have absolutely nothing to do for this guy. No Chad Gable type, heel, no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, but they hyped him up so much from NXT to the point to where if he does get serious in 2025, this already brought him down. You know what I'm saying? It did.
Correct.
Um, Carmelo Hayes is it's kind of crazy because let me start with the Usos right quick. I want to tie off Carmelo Hayes in with my Royal Rumble talk.
Okay.
How about that? I'll save that for the Royal Rumble talk. Um, I was watching a clip the other day of Naomi and Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, whoever the fuck she married to.
Right.
You know, cosplay and shit that they do. They talk. And the crazy part is they talk weird as fuck. They voice structure is
Yeah.
weird as fuck.
Mhm. It's not natural.
It's not natural.
Yeah.
And the reason that it's not natural is because they don't talk like that. Rikishi didn't talk like that. Y'all didn't come up in no areas to where y'all talk like that. Rikishi had money. What hood did you grow up in?
San
You know what I'm
Francisco,
saying?
but you sound like Crips and Bloods. Come on now.
Oh, so they faggots.
Yeah, they curved it. God damn it, they curved their R's like they from Inglewood or some shit. Jay does it all the
Knowing
time.
that, knowing that they would get in trouble if they went to Inglewood, right?
That's a big fact.
Yeah. So, the thing is y'all not being natural, the shit just don't come off authentic to the point where you're talking to your wife like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
surprised she's still with the motherfucker.
Um,
Um, I'm surprised that she's still with the motherfucker because she walked out to WWE and he continued to stay.
yeah.
Your wife didn't leave for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The fact that we still don't know what that reason is means it had to be something really fucking major. But you chose to stay. How much of a statement would you have made for your wife to know that Roman Reigns wouldn't be shit without you? You know what I'm saying? How do you abruptly leave during that time? And what would have WWE have done? You know what I'm saying? To replace him? That was the ultimate way to make that stand for your wife. And you don't have the boss to do that. I don't understand why she's still with him. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, her career is a more not a better place, but a more secure place. Like I said, she like 400 just said, she left and came back. She would have not been able to come back had she left him.
Hmm. So she know where her bread is buttered too.
Yeah,
About who you know.
Unfortunately. Huh?
Part of it's about who you know.
Yeah.
and I would be remiss not to mention she is WWE Tag Team Champion with who? Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair.
So, people could get hit by cars and kick out finishing moves and uh, all types of shit, right? Pile drivers and, you know, all types of crazy shit.
21 super kicks to the head with Air Force Ones.
21 super kicks to the head. We don't know what happened to Jade Cargill, right? We don't know if she got hit by that car. We don't know if she got power bombed on it or some shit like that, right? But shouldn't she be back by now? Like,
Yeah. I mean, Rhea Ripley got hit in the eye with a fucking baseball bat and came back the next week. What's
yeah, I
Cargill's
remember
excuse?
like that. Didn't she get hit by a car or something?
Yeah, she got ambushed, hit with a baseball bat, eye fractured. She had to put on a LeBron mask for a couple of weeks, and then she, dipped herself in Ra's al Ghul's hot tub, and she's magically healed. But Jade Cargill
Went,
is.
The reason
went
why
to
I
the
brought
Lazarus
this up
pit.
is because, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, she went to the Lazarus pit and she was healed. Or she ate a sensu bean
There you
and
go.
got healed.
And now she's women's world champion, a title she never lost. Such a good story.
So I'm trying to figure something out because, like, you know, WrestleMania is still to April, okay? Could Jade Cargill come back at Saturday night's main event? Or is they gonna keep the streak of not having Negroes on that show? Uh, or my thing is, when will this be revealed, and how is this going to translate to WrestleMania? Uh, Knowing that we got 4 months. Uh, Honestly, do y'all want to see Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair? Few.
No, because Bianca will basically have to carry her throughout the entire match. And we
Yeah.
know what that looks like.
Oh, in front of a big stage too.
Yep.
It'll be Taker and Roman all over again.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
you know, to be honest with you, why did they put them together? Wrestling
Uh,
fans' minds have been wanting Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair since Jade Cargill was in AEW. Their mind is to automatically connect black people. Nobody ever thought about the future. I don't know if we talked about this on the private conversation or if we talked about this on the last episode, which, by the way, did well. The death of Tiffany Stratton. Everyone go check that out in YouTube. It was great commentary. But on a personal note, that shit did well for us. Um, you know, it put Bianca in a situation where she had to carry this woman and hold her career. And it puts her in a position to where she got to have this match at WrestleMania. Okay, whatever. That's the job. You know what I'm saying? What direction would you go with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill after WrestleMania? Would you continue their feud? Would you separate them? Would you have them team up? What would y'all ultimately do with these two women after the feud, after the match, I should say?
yeah, I would definitely split them up.
split it.
In a perfect world, Jade Cargill goes to NXT, but we don't live in a perfect world. It's a really a tough pickle. I hate to sound like Barry. I just don't want Jade Cargill's inaptitude to be at the expense of Bianca Belair's success. With that being said, there has to be a change with Bianca Belair. It's going on what 4 years now. She's been twirling her hair and skipping. Something has to change. We look at people like Roman and Seth Rollins. They literally have four character changes. Bianca Belair has been the same person. Even when we look at people who stay the same on long term, John Cena has three incarnations of his character, not including all the different color shirts.
How many does Kurt Angle have?
Three,
How many has Hulk Hogan had?
two,
How many has The Rock had? This is
three.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
three.
know, people change. You're supposed to change and you're supposed to elevate, even if it's slight tweaks. But the key is, you know, we're still not put in the right hands. We still don't have these writers. We still don't have these producers. We still don't have these directors. Producers' job is to guide you and tell you how to act and tell you your moveset, tell you what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. They don't have none. When you got Billy Kidman coming up to Bianca Belair, telling Bianca Belair how to be her, you know what I'm saying? That's just not right. So, and it's not, you know, and that has always had a factor in professional wrestling, considering the fact that we the most entertaining people in the world. White folk will pay top dollar to the point to where American Negroes can't afford to go to a Beyonce concert. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally. Or you would have to save up tremendously on top of living just to go see your favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? But white folk, they all in. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when you a normal citizen, you know how it is. But white folk will pay top dollar to see us, and for the fact that wrestling is a fake scripted sport, and we are the most entertaining people in the world, the most athletic people in the world, the most charismatic people in the world, and we still can't be presented as such in a fake scripted sport, which is supposed to be a combat sport. You know what I'm saying? White supremacy dominates this business. Um, I advocate for Triple H death. I advocate for Triple H to leave. I advocate for him to either resign or I advocate for him to get fired. Right? But let's say that Triple H replacement has a replacement, or let's say that even Vince McMahon return. Do y'all believe that things are going to change for American Negroes?
No.
No, no, not at all. No, that's really it. No,
Okay. Y'all adamant about that. Um,
their hand has to be forced. Their hand literally has to be forced.
well, think about this. You know, Shawn Michaels. I keep saying that Shawn Michaels is possibly trying to overperform because he know that he could be next in line to Triple H on at least on the creative end, right? Um, but he's doing well down there in NXT, and not only is he doing well down in NXT, but he's doing well with the American Negro wrestlers and the Southers. He's doing well with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the talent that he has, he's using them to their greatest potential. Um, do you think that he would have that same energy in the WWE if he was to get that spot? You know how people get into their position and they relax.
Yeah, I think it's possible that he would try to carry that energy over, and either in a perfect world he's gonna fight to push for the same people that he's been booking, and he'll get fired, or someone pull him to the side, and be like, you know what, you got to start doing this, and he get along with the get
Right.
along.
And so that goes along with what I was saying about if there was some type of organizational changes. Um, would they have that same energy with the American Negroes to make us non-existent, or would they actually do something to elevate us in genuine efforts? But since you just said, like, hey, even if they get somebody that just utilizes talent the way that they are, I know I could work with this guy. I know I could do this with this guy. I know I could do this with this lady or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Somebody still over their head comes and say, no, you gotta dumb it down. You gotta, you know what I'm
Starts
saying?
with the top brass.
It starts with the top brass. So, TKO, Ari Emanuel, gotta go. Dana White, gotta go. Whoever are the top brass, The Rock has to, since they claim he got so much structural power, which I don't think he doing shit. He just got the title. Got to go. You know what I'm saying? Or we support IC Wrestling. Um, Chad, have you seen IC Wrestling, ASE?
Yeah, a little bit of it. A little bit of it. Not anything entirely. I think the one thing I saw was the Asa Kong match. Yeah,
um,
that old bitch.
you know, is you talking about the real Awesome Kong?
No. It was
Ajit Kong.
Asa Kong.
Okay.
Aja.
Yeah,
Aja.
we was just
Train
talking
Austin
about
Kong.
her. I never heard of this lady. Like I said, I'm not into Japanese wrestling, but I know people, and I have never heard of this lady. But she been doing this for about as long as we have,
Yep,
and
80s, 90s.
so you did know her.
Yep, she had that feud with Manami Toyota, and that was kind of like a pre-curt. It was kind of that was the original Gail Kim Awesome Kong feud. Like if you
So
enjoyed Gail Kim and Awesome Kong in TNA, I think you would enjoy Aja Kong and Manami Toyota.
those were one of the greatest matches, especially for women. Um, and actually, those was the start of. I can't speak for the 30s, 50s, and 60s and shit on the women end, but at least in the modern era, actually, even since the 80s, those matches that Gail Kim and Awesome Kong were having in that time was the greatest women's matches. Uh, TNA Knockouts was real
Yeah.
good overall. That whole division.
Yes,
Before WWE did the Women's Revolution, Jeff Jarrett and
Yeah,
them,
TNA had it on lock.
they had everything: tag teams, managers, everything that's missing today.
Yeah,
I'm talking
oh
about tag
04
team
to oh
wrestling.
08 TNA was the peak.
Yeah, yeah. I got a huge appreciation for that. That's why I always give Jeff Jarrett credit. Jeff Jarrett got a wrestling mind. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? If y'all look at the title, uh, the title is "Can American Negroes Save AEW?" and Tony Khan from a tragic, brutal death. Because who watched AEW last night?
bits and pieces, which is a good way to describe the crowd. It was bits and pieces up in there.
And the star
uh,
of the show, owner of a stolen gun, just arrived.
yeah,
Are you available to
yeah.
speak? If so, I know that you watched parts of AEW, and we would definitely need your input, star. Um, Mike, did you see AEW?
I saw it last night.
Okay. So, what were y'all thoughts on AEW? You've seen the whole show, right?
Yeah, I saw the whole show. It was okay and then up until the end. And the end pissed me off.
So I don't know what happened in the main event. I don't know nothing about the other shows, and people are really seeming to be pissed off about that shit. Um, so my question is, do y'all believe that they put Powerhouse Hobbs in this particular instance? Um, for two reasons. One, a quick pop. For something, just something quick to throw out there, just to get them flowing to the pay per view and shit. Or two, to pander to American Negroes to say, "Hey, nigger, we're throwing a nigger out in the world title match because apparently, if y'all go through that wrestling group, uh, it's not about black people having titles now. It's about black people getting title shots. Somebody said, "Well, Naomi got 3 title shots this year. The WWE ain't racist." So now all of a sudden, it's not titles that make a company not racist. It's title shots. Got it. Carmelo Hayes got 2 WWE title matches. Oh, I said I was gonna keep that for the Royal Rumble. I'm hold off. We're gonna talk about the Royal Rumble at the Raw. Um, so how did Powerhouse Hobbs look match wise?
In the match, he didn't lose clean. They did show him being a beast, and they had Death Riders interference. He started a little bit of the same old shit from the Death Riders, but they did have Hobbs. He kicked out of the Paradigm Shift, or was it the Death Rider finisher of John Moxley? He kicked out of getting hit in the face by that briefcase from Marina Shafir and the Busaiku knee from Wheeler Yuta. He kicked out of that, and then Moxley hit him with the bull, put him in the bulldog choke, and he passed out.
Yes, I've seen that clip. That is crazy. for him to be the biggest motherfucker. You know, white folk pandering would turn into some white supremacist shit. You gonna take the biggest, most in shape person that you got on your roster. I mean, Warlord could be tied with him. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna take the biggest guy that you got on your roster. Uh, would y'all agree that besides the Hispanic Bobby Lashley, that Powerhouse Hobbs got the best shape in wrestling today?
I
Yeah.
concur.
And I'll
Between
even throw
him, Bobby
Warlord in there.
Lashley, and Wardlow, yeah.
Yeah, Warlord is a white, but I'll throw him in there. They look like wrestlers. All right,
Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton.
Shelton Benjamin, given his age, he's in excellent shape. He's not a
Shelton
small
been
guy.
in the same shape his entire career.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tail on the face, he look a little older, but he graced. He
Hasn't
aged
really
he's got
aged
gracefully.
too much.
he's
No, I'm
got
just saying you could just tell a little bit, but I'm just saying
Yeah, he's
he
aged a little
aged
bit, but not,
gracefully.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he aged like
gracefully.
Eartha Kitt. Because Eartha Kitt been looking old since the '60s. Consistently type of
Marcus.
shit. So when you start off looking old and then you still look old, but you don't look older, do that count to be the same?
Morgan Freeman
I
has
have
entered the
no
chat.
idea.
Huh?
I don't know. Like looking at starting off looking old and then looking the same.
Like
I
Luther
mean,
Vandross, which by the way, I checked out his documentary. That was an awesome documentary. I'm surprised that he,
Yeah, that was very
yeah, didn't have one before. Man, got to be one of the greatest singers of all times. But Luther was in his 20s and shit. In the beginning, and Luther been out for a minute. But even in the '70s and shit, Luther looked like old ass Luther his entire life. And actually, technically, Luther was never old. He died at 50 or 52 or something like that. So he was never old, but he always looked older. You know what I'm saying? But he
yeah.
never even looked
The nigga
old
looked
in
like he
his
was
elder
39
age.
for 50 years.
Huh?
I said he looked like he was 39, 42 for at least three
Yeah.
decades. He didn't get old until he had the stroke,
And,
unfortunately.
but that was the stroke that did him in. But before then, he just, I'm not saying he looked old, but he looked, I want to clarify it. They don't look old, they look older, but they not. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Luther was one of them motherfuckers. Like, nigga, you was 19 on Sesame Street looking like you was your prime Luther.
With that jumpsuit
How y'all doing?
on.
Oh shit.
Remember that joke Eddie Murphy did
Yeah,
about
I
him?
seen that shit. That's why I got the how you doing from out. There was another comedian that said some shit. It was Merton that was talking shit about Luther Vandross. If y'all can find that shit, this motherfucker said he
He said,
he was talking about how he be coming out with the jerry curls and the glitter all on his shit, but then yeah. He was talking about how Oprah came in one day. She was big ass Oprah. Then the next day she came back skinny as hell, and she had these big ass bags of food that represented each pound that she lost. And he was like, she was like, "This is what I lost. This is what I lost." He was like, "Well, damn, if you ain't eat that shit on the way back, because next episode you came back big color purple Oprah."
remember Paul Mooney used to say, I can't stand Oprah, that big skinny
Oh
bitch.
man, I put that shit on TikTok the other day though because yeah. Oh man, I wish I had been on TikTok before. I didn't know the powers I had on that motherfucker, boy. They keep flagging my shit left to right, so y'all can't even see the good shit. But that shit about to end in a couple of days. It is time consuming anyway, so I'm tired of doing that. But I'm about to flood that bitch with as much shit as I can get. And then I'll keep that shit to the side and use those when I need it. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so let's get back on track right quick. Honor, you there?
Yo, what up?
What's up, man? Welcome to the Wrestling with Racism.
Oh, thank you, thank
You know, the red carpet out for you. I could open your door for you, but you know, I think you got it. Um, Negro, what's up? Um, give me your thoughts on AEW.
you. At least they booked Negroes on their show. The care and direction they put into booking Negroes is up for question. It seems like they just okay. Private Party are the tag champs. Why are they taking
White
losses
folks
in,
swearing
in
that white folks
trios
swearing
tag
that they
matches?
AEW isn't racist. They lost last night
Yeah. They one of their guys ended up taking a loss in that 6-man tag
to Bobby Lashley, right? The
to Shelton
Hispanic.
Benjamin
What?
on a super kick
Mark
involving
Quinn ate the pin.
What? What?
Yeah, Mark Quinn ate the pin.
The darker one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go into that type of shit right there, light skin, dark skin, but um the fact that I'm shocked because I always looked at Shelton as the fall guy, and then Bobby was the one that's gonna do all this, and then to hear a super kick and shit, that's good. I like that. If they lost, that'll be fine as long as it could go to a tag team title match, and then a private party win. You know what I'm saying? However, if they win, that hurts the Hurt business. Who hasn't done shit, right? They completely dropped that shit with Swerve, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Swerve was
He's feuding
beefing with
with Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Mind you, none of this shit made sense from the beginning. Why were Bobby, and y'all don't have to answer this, but why did Bobby Lashley feud with Swerve? Why did I'm sorry, the Hurt business. Why was Swerve feud? I'm sorry, why was the Hurt business feuding with Ricochet? And all of a sudden, how did that turn into Swerve feuding with Ricochet? That don't not that how Swerve might as well join the Hurt Syndicate or vice versa to oppose the other one. So, Owner, you were saying that they're booking these people, but they're not putting the care into it. All right. So you would call that pandering, right? Y'all threw Powerhouse Hobbs out there, made him look like the strongest man in the world last week, right? Just for him to get choked out by a white supremacist the next week. Choked out. Yo, big ass got choked the fuck out. So I do think that it's pandering because they put this at the beginning of the year so that when they don't do anything with American Negroes for the rest of the year, white folk always say, nigger, Powerhouse Hobbs got a title shot on January 15th, 2024, 25.
Post
So
match
shut
was
up and
even
be
worse.
satisfied. Huh?
Post match was even worse.
Yeah, because who came out to save him?
Rated FTR. And they didn't even, but they were too late. They waited until after they smashed Hobbs' leg.
So you talking about the generic character off of no WWF No Mercy, right? And the generic character off of WWF No Mercy if you put a beard on him, right? And hair. Um, those who you talk about FTR?
Yeah, FTR. with
Anybody else
with
come out?
Adam Copeland, although he goes by the name Cope.
Oh wow.
He's shortened his name to Cope.
This
Just
guy.
don't.
So this the shit that I'm talking about with AEW. Now, mind you, because we talking about the tragic and brutal death of AEW. And WWE caters to their casual audience. They don't care about what us Negroes or white folk are talking about on the internet. Y'all notice that, right? They always do shit that's gonna capture the people that we don't talk to every fucking day. Those are the ones that's spending the money. Those are the ones that's going to go buy the motherfuckers that's going to the shows. Would y'all believe that most of these nerds don't even go to WWE shows? They go to indie shows. WWE is too trash for them, right? Or they can't afford it. They go to these indie shows.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they
I
can't
am.
afford it.
I
Yeah,
ain't, I wasn't gonna do it, but I changed my mind midway, so I did it.
but it's facts, bro. Them poor whites can't
Yeah.
afford them tickets.
Um, most of the, I go to a lot of WWE shows. I mean, I've been to a lot of WWE shows throughout my life, and most, when I'm interacting with people, talking to people in concessions, talking to people, I may be sitting in the section with. Most of them don't watch it. That look, I'm here with kids. or I watch it here and there. Some people just happy to be there. The environment is great. You know what I'm saying? So it's always if Raw is in your town on a Monday, yeah, just to cap off your weekend, you're gonna go see WWE Raw. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that generally go buy these tickets. Is not these hardcore wrestling fans. Hardcore wrestling fans are going to go to these indie shows. Uh, that's what they're more into. And they can still watch the WWE on TV and shit, or they might just watch it the way that we do. But they're not actually going to these shows. So that's why the WWE never speaks to these people. So, case in point, as to why they never speak to these people, AEW is bringing in all of the great people in the world, right? Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Okada, Mercedes Monet, bringing in all these people that everybody be on their dick every day. Oh my God, Ray Phoenix is the, you know what I'm saying? And then they put these shows on and they come out like trash. So I go on many different uh, other people's spaces and shit, and I've asked y'all this. Who is the creative team for AEW? And beyond Will Washington, nobody knows. As a matter of fact, to X out Will Washington, everybody tell me but Tony Khan makes the final decision. On top of Tony Khan is doing most of the booking. So, and I'm not talking about death, although I'm not opposed to it. Tony Khan has to be removed. You got Jerry Lynn, you got Jeff Jarrett, you got Aaron Anderson, you got Jim Ross, you got come on, Jeff Jarrett was the person I was thinking about. It's a great mind that they had. But you got all these people.
Facts.
Uh
Hold up, I just realized something. I hate to cut you off, 400. Is Mark Henry still
no,
signed to AEW?
No.
no. Mark Henry is cooling it up for the WWE right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
On his knees.
okay.
It's actually sad. I love Mark Henry. I got a respect for Mark Henry. I just, you know, the boule. He's the boule. Um, he's a grateful boule. Can't forget that. And I seen a video. I gotta find this with China. Man, that shit was fucking horrible. He got some head from a training, and they supposedly had his mama. I don't know if that was his real mama or not. She looked like him. Um, And then China just kicked him and she slapped. She said, I wouldn't. China said, I want to find this. I forgot about this. This was last week, and I don't think we did a show last week. China Hold on, let me see if I can find this. China slapped him and kicked him in the nuts, and she said she didn't give a fuck if you were the last man on earth. I would never sleep with you. I wouldn't sleep with you if that means continuing human civilization or some shit like that. It just made Mark Henry look like at first you got hit by a train on TV, and you get punched and kicked by a fucking woman, and he grateful for that shit. All right, remember I told y'all, boy, be ready to pick up that baton.
That's nasty work.
Yeah, that's nasty. So y'all can check that shit out whenever y'all get a chance. Um, yeah,
Oh
oh,
my.
it's crazy. That is fucking horrible. Um, so let me get back on AEW real quick. You know, Tony Khan got all these people around him. He could have got Scott Demore. Um, why do y'all believe that Tony Khan is sticking on creatively?
One, if I had to make a guess, it was probably PTSD from the beginning of the Dark Order, like that ending to that one Dynamite with the Dark Order jumped
Okay,
everybody, and you had that one guy that was doing shitty kayfabe punches, and they got roasted so hard. Tony Khan just said, "Fuck it, I'm taking over booking." That would be, I'd have to say, it probably goes, it most likely goes back to that.
but if his work over the last couple of years has been tons less than that, it's gotta, and you gotta know that people who he consult, even so much as a Regal, William Regal or something, Jake Roberts, you got all these people. You know what I'm saying? That their brain is wrestling. You know what I'm saying? They could make old new. You know what I'm saying? Dave Malenko. Dave Malenko got a habit of doing that. He been working with the WWE for fucking 20 years as a producer, taking these old elements and making them new, right? It's got to be bigger than that as to why Tony Khan is not releasing the reins, especially for the fact that his shows have steadily declined over the last couple of years. I mean, I'm not talking about the ratings, I'm talking about show quality. Is AEW, so y'all wrestling fans, okay?
Yeah.
I know that it's confusing to casuals, but is AEW confusing to y'all as 25-year plus vets watching?
Nope.
Not really.
I think I think
So y'all not confused at the fact that Christian Cage is due a title shot. Okay. Swerve never inquired about this title back.
Those parts, yeah.
Hold on. Jeff Jarrett challenged for the title and Edge challenged for the title. Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs get this little quick time shot. Y'all not confused by none of that shit?
Didn't Daniel Bryan beat Swerve in the middle of his retirement run?
Yeah.
Yeah. Swerve should
No.
have gotten a rematch because I always believe that they should have, instead of doing Bryan and Mox at Wrestle Dream, you run it back with Swerve and Danielson at Wrestle Dream, and you have Swerve get his win back.
And the BBEC could have cost them, and they everything that they're doing now they could have
Oh,
did without the title. You know, uh,
yeah.
you know, AEW, TNA was perfect, and ECW was perfect at showcasing their legends and younger talent equally. You know what I'm saying? To where Terry Funk won't look bad. but Tommy Dreamer can't come up. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Jimmy Snuka won't look bad, but Taz could come up. You know what I'm saying? That's a lost art.
Balance.
TNA had balance.
Had
They
good
had
balance. Ring of Honor from Ring of Honor from '04 to '08. They had that balance too.
Tony Khan got something that they don't have.
Money.
Exactly. So with that being said, do anybody know if AEW, if I'm sorry, if WBD could cancel AEW at any given time?
They could if they wanted to.
I believe it's going to get. I'm sorry. I believe it's going to get to that point. But I need you to answer the question.
Yeah, they could cancel them at any time if they wanted to.
Yeah, and I believe that they are going to want to, because have there
I mean, hell,
been
if
any type of update on how their streaming is doing, ratings wise?
not sure about, haven't seen how they've done with streaming.
Like they got WWE, Netflix. Hey, we got this amount of watch hours, 16 million or some shit like that.
Haven't seen anything on AEW on Max yet.
Okay. And I believe that that's gonna have a factor. And I believe that if that's not good enough to WB standards, whether they announce it or not, AEW isn't going to make it out the year on TNT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean the AOL Time Warner merger, and how that led to WCW's death.
Yeah.
That was a big factor.
Oh God, what if they
And
merged with somebody else during that
yeah,
time? You're right about that.
because WCW wasn't doing too bad during that time, but well, actually, while WCW was on the decline, they did still have decent enough ratings and everything, ticket sales. Unfortunately, AOL Time Warner merger, the people that in charge just didn't care anymore.
The story that I've always heard was Ted Turner said, "As long as I'm here, WCW always gonna be around." He didn't give a shit about. You got to know at that time, Ted Turner was making money over fists. Um, to the point, Ted Turner been quiet over the last 30 years. He got his money and got the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? So he had a sentimental thing for wrestling. These new people didn't, and they knew that wrestling wasn't going to sell. Um, even though WCW ratings and shit is much higher than what AEW could have ever did, they were still getting 2 or 3 million people per week on their worst day, right?
I believe so. And WWE had like 2 to 3 million. Although now, last time I remember with Raw, they could barely get like 1 million on Raw, and then they get maybe 2 million on SmackDown.
And that's because that was on Fox.
Yeah,
All right, I got the numbers right here if y'all want me to put them in here. The highest rating that AEW had was first quarter of 2022 with 1 million people watching. It's been a steady decline ever
I remember they
since to the
started
day.
declining, and they never see every year during the
Mm-mm.
playoffs. Every year during the playoffs, they get preemptions and shit, and the ratings go down, and white folk, oh, see, nigger, the playoffs, say you just, and I'm like, okay. And then after the playoffs, they stay where they at, right there with the playoff ratings, and it literally happened 3 or 4 years in a row. I don't know if y'all noticed that. If you can find a year over the last 5 years, and let's say the playoffs end, and the NBA playoffs end in June, Start looking at their ratings from July. They never gain their audience back after the playoffs, and it's been years in a row.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's another thing that lets you know um, how that wrestling fans, hardcore online people, really don't have an impact in these ratings because these wrestling nerds that y'all talk to on here don't watch the fucking NBA playoffs. So what's making y'all miss Dynamite? And nobody ever got an explanation. So the people that go to these shows is the people that's not. I'm sorry, the people that go to AEW shows is the people that's online. The people that go to WWE shows is not. Can y'all agree to that?
Yeah,
I agree.
facts.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Owner, are you available?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Cool. 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 Um, it was something else that you said about AEW. My bad. I'm trying to go through the messages right quick. Oh shit, I'm fucking up.
I will say, to that NBA stuff, I did turn off AEW to watch the ball game.
That was a
Warriors is coming on.
coincidence. That was a coincidence that I said that. I believe that you would, but you're not these. You wrestler fan, a lifelong wrestler fan, but you're not one of these nerds that your entire life is professional wrestling. Plus, you recognize that it sucks, so you can drift off and watch something else. I'm just saying nobody is admitting this shit. Um, Private Party. Um, can y'all describe their tag team title reign for the record? Anybody that could do it clearly. Can y'all describe their tag team title reign in detail?
To my knowledge, as somebody who is not following they tag team reign, not following the show, this is my first time I seen them wrestle since they won the belt,
Is
and
that
that was
true?
last year in November.
In November. Is that true? Have they had matches on Dynamite?
And I'm saying
Dynamite?
I haven't been watching.
By the way,
No.
Mike, I know I put you in charge of the internationals. I meant to put you in charge of AEW as well, since you and Duke are the most active AEW watchers. Are
Yeah.
you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think
Tell me about Dynamite. I mean the Private Party tag team title reign.
they haven't wrestled much on Dynamite, more on Collision.
Right. And mind you, the tag team title champions previous to them were the Young Bucks, and they were main eventing pay per views and Dynamite week after week. And so it does seem like they just threw these titles on them, like here, nigga, because all the talks, like I said, talks that we've been having in 2024, leading into 2025, and they did, the Young Bucks did the same shit with Keith Lee and Swerve. You know, I was on my shit at that time too. Here, nigga, damn, y'all want to be satisfied. And when they gave Keith Lee and Swerve the tag team titles, they didn't do shit with them. They held it for less than 2 months, and then they broke them up. And even that feud literally went to nowhere.
Dumb as fuck, especially considering they never even concluded the feud with Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks.
And Ricky Starks, so it's a lot of Tony Khan. This is all Tony Khan shit now. Um,
Yep.
That's why I asked, can American Negroes save AEW? But can anybody save AEW? If he just sit back and distribute the money, You know what I'm saying? Can they survive? Because was there a big bidding war for AEW? Uh, or was WBD the only thing that was available?
I don't know about that one. Don't know if
I'd
it.
never heard no other name besides Fox, but that was just to add a show. So, AEW is not hot. How much of a factor do y'all believe that just flat out wrestling don't sell? Because like I said, we recognize that it's the casuals that go to these shows. It's the casuals that buy these merchandise and shit. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, them the ones they gonna cater to. This stretch is bad, we got a group of casuals that's gonna watch this, and then when that stretch get bad for them, these group of guys are gonna come back in and watch them. The WWE sells itself, right? Um, how much of a factor do y'all believe that is to where AEW will not be able to progress further than where it is? I mean, honestly, is there?
No, I said 6 years ago. You know, when AEW first started out, looking at the roster they had then, they not gonna make new fans. They just gonna have regular nerd wrestling, like hardcore nerd wrestling fans, casual fans. They're not gonna know who any of these guys are. They're not gonna take the time to sit down and get invested because they weren't really doing storyline. It was just a bunch of wrestling work rate shit when it started out. It was like an indie show on TV, and it still is. So they're not making a new audience. It's just the regular niche internet fans.
And it is directly to the internet fans. And you know, if casuals gave a fuck, then they would watch something else on YouTube, New Japan, Lucha Underground, or whatever. They will go and do that, and they don't do that. So they only care for what they see on WWE TV. You know what I'm saying? You talk to a casual, I talk to my coworkers. I don't watch that shit. I watch it every once in a while. Then when they do is Roman Reigns this, is Bianca Belair that. You know what I'm saying? And there are people that are aware of AEW, and they just won't give it the time of day because you know that wrestling doesn't sell on TV. It just doesn't. And then constantly watch great wrestling matches and no story behind nothing. You don't know these people personality. John Moxley been there since the beginning. What is John Moxley personality? And do you give a fuck?
No.
He off-brand Steve Austin.
He's not. Please don't make that comparison.
Please,
I'm
please
I
don't.
know what
saying
you
Psychopath.
were
he isn't
saying.
He
because that's what he going for. But he's trying to have the mystique of like badass. Like I'm just a tough guy,
Man,
tough bald white man.
I never liked Dean Ambrose. I didn't like his facial expressions. I didn't like him. And then he won the WWE title. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Whatever, he got it. Stone Cold Steve Austin made me hate Dean Ambrose. When he did that, when he put him on the spot and told you to cut this promo, and you cut stupid as I'll beat you in the barnyard, da, 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 da. And then Stone Cold came out there, well, whoop your ass, da, 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 do all this shit in 2 seconds. And Dean Ambrose felt like that was the worst interview of his career. Nigga, you ain't shit.
got
He got
exposed.
exposed, and Tony Khan so goddamn dumb, he gonna give him all this fucking money. Why do y'all believe that he's still doing this with Chris Jericho? Is it because Jericho signed for so much that he feel like he have to squeeze as much out of him as possible?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Simple answer.
I know.
Yeah.
Where do
Yeah,
I get him from?
absolutely.
I
I'm
know.
tired of Jericho.
I know. I know. Huh? Are you tired of him? I was tired of him in like 2009.
We were talking about Shelton and how young Shelton looked, and Chris only like 5 or 6 years older than Shelton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looked like he looked like Dolly Parton without the
Swole
titties.
Crypt Keeper. Oh shit.
What the?
Cause I couldn't think of nothing. That's the only blonde haired lady that came up to my mind.
I don't know. I
Nah,
don't know.
you
He
on
looked
to
like
something. The way Jericho be flat ironing his hair, bro.
he looked like Graham
And then
Galloway.
he got that caved in chest. Oh,
Yeah, fuck Chris Jericho. He's a whiny bitch. Cried like a little bitch over LL Cool J and Missy Elliott
Yeah.
getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of
Oh, I
Fame.
got in his ass because he don't even know
whoa!
his.
He cried about that.
Oh
That's
Yeah,
news
yeah,
to me.
he got a
yeah, he
part. They
cried
don't.
about it. It's like, why wasn't Iron Maiden? It's like, bro, if you did your research, Jericho, you'd know that Iron Maiden didn't want to be in that damn Hall of Fame.
Damn.
I know that.
I was thinking, who the hell is Iron Maiden? That's all I was just saying.
Fucked up. I know who Iron Maiden is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're a band, rock band.
I know the Iron
They're
Maiden name for
basically
Iron Maiden
devil
T-shirt.
worshippers.
I ain't know niggas listen to it.
Iron Maiden is basically an '80s version of the Y6.
Oh God, that fucking group. I understand Bray Wyatt is dead, but if Bo Dallas wasn't shit before then, what make you think he gonna be shit afterwards?
The only time I believe Bo Dallas is when he does new vignettes. Once he comes past that curtain, it's over.
I don't
It's,
even give a
it's
fuck
out of
about that.
shape.
He trying to do anything he can for a fucking paycheck. Crying like a little bitch, knowing damn well you got over this shit. Um,
And I thought it was kind of funny when he back in when he had that whole when he was parodying John Cena. You just gotta
I
believe.
remember that. Yeah.
Like that shit
That
was
was the
all right.
corniest shit that I've ever seen.
No, I remember that. Bo Dallas was that Bo Leave shit was alright, but I don't know. That Bo Dallas came along with the transitional period. So that's how I'll put that.
Yep.
Um, real quick, so y'all do agree that Tony Khan just needs to sit down and shell out the money, right?
Yeah,
Not just
I
shell out the money,
100%
but
agree.
really shell out the booking responsibility as
Yes,
well.
Well,
Do
that's what I
that as
meant. That's
he's
well.
why I said
he.
he should sit back and shell out the money and let everybody else take care of all the other shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he have the minds there. He just don't want to distribute
Yeah.
power. He's like a kid playing WWE Universe. But the unfortunate thing is, people that post their WWE Universe video game footage, I would watch that in entirety before I watch anything AEW puts out.
Yeah. That's fucked up. But yeah.
Right. Little kids that have WWE Universe on their video game is more entertaining than a grown ass man that's actually running a company.
Yeah. You look at the fact that Tony Storm was the better thing to happen for women, in AEW, but then she lose that whole personality. Are y'all in a Tony Storm new gimmick?
The timeless one or
The
the
new
one
one,
she went back when
the
she act right?
the bitch that she is now.
The amnesia bitch. No.
Okay.
Eh, don't really do much for me.
Even like in the ring,
Like in the ring, yeah.
so she's
Like
still
in the
pretty
ring, we
good.
never had a problem with her in the ring.
No, I'm talking about like now that over
Yeah,
the
she
last
decent.
month or two since she been back.
I like amnesia gimmicks in wrestling, like Mankind when he got hit in the head and turned back into Dude Love.
Mm, I don't even remember that because I thought you was talking about with Vader. Oh, don't tell me you don't know about the Lost in Cleveland series.
I
I
remember
bet
it.
you do. So, Honor, if you love amnesia stories, You're gonna love Lost in Cleveland. Vader and McFoley. Chad, man, you I know that shit was good. Don't just tell me I didn't just put up a hell of a
Yes, it was.
recommendation.
Yes, yes. Only thing that's better than that. Do you remember that storyline with that referee used to kill himself?
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
when he
That
died
was beautiful.
when he
Oh,
died for real, boy, I had a field day. Shit. Oh, I wish I could find that shit, man. I was waiting on that motherfucker to die just for that.
Oh wait, the referee that killed himself every episode?
Yeah. Tim
yes,
White.
yes,
No, he
yes.
tried to
Oh,
kill himself. Hold on, we got to watch our words. He tried to do himself. He tried to
Uh,
do himself every time.
he tried to unalive himself.
Yeah, and he always failed. The toaster will fall off the wall, but the plug will come out. So he slit his wrist in one of them, though. But other than that, shit.
yeah, man. That was beautiful. I'm
I
sorry.
wonder if Bruce Pritchard did a show on that. I want to know about that shit.
Like, damn, bro.
Back then the referees and shit had personality and names and shit like that. I'm
Yes,
noticing
sir.
now the
Yes,
WWE
sir.
just starting to name these people again. Like I had
Hmm.
no idea that Chad Patton was still there. Come to find out he did the Undertaker match and all that shit. Like, damn, Chad Patton,
He's senior ref now, right?
huh?
Chad Patton's a senior
That's what I'm
referee
saying.
now,
I
right?
didn't all these years. I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought he went out with the Jack Dones and all that shit. I never knew because they don't say these motherfuckers' names. I never knew what they looked like. I know what Earl Hebner and Jack Dones and shit look like, but who the fuck gonna remember what the fuck Chad Patton looked like? And the whole time, the motherfucker was still in my face. All it took was a fucking haircut, and, and I can't recognize this motherfucker. Who else still there? It's another referee that's been there for a long ass time that I didn't know was still refereeing. Where the hell is Scott Armstrong?
Charles Robinson still there.
Yeah, Charles Robinson's still there.
Eddie Orengo. Um,
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
some Mexican dude always getting his ass whooped in the matches. They let go of Kyoto. Jessica Carr, the white girl, is
Man,
a
I do
senior
not
referee now,
like
which
that
is
bitch.
crazy.
Like, Daphne is better than her in every fucking way.
Absolutely, definitely know how to stay the
She know
fuck
how to
out the
stay
way.
out the way, and she
Just
not ugly. I know, and I fuck with her. She, before the memo, she used to fuck with me. But uh, she not an American. I know that. And it was another
right.
page that I had to where I found out what she was, and I don't even know where to look now for that. But she's not an American Negro, but I'm a little lighter on her. I am. I admit it. I fuck with her. But I don't.
Is
Huh?
is is the black girl Asia Smith an American
No
Negro?
idea. Who is Asia Smith?
I believe she's in. This the black girl that always be out there. She's I think she's married or engaged to Leon Ruff.
Yeah, that's her. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. What the fuck they calling her Asia Smith? Okay, all
Yeah,
right, cool.
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, she's a very good referee. Jessica Carr be damn near about to get clothesline from hell every match. She
Jessica
don't know how to
Kerr
stay out of
is
the way.
not a good referee.
Nope.
But we only got one. Um,
Who's worse, her or Rick Knox?
Rick Knox. Who was that?
AEW referee.
Well, I'd say anybody from AEW. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't watch
He's
it.
the one with like the elbow pad and the one wrist tape.
I wouldn't
Left
be
wrist
able
tape.
to. I'm telling you, I'm so out of the loop. I'm
Yeah,
out of
he
the
used to
loop
be a
with wrestling.
PWG.
As far as watching it, I'm out of the loop with that. It is 10 o'clock. Uh, time do fly. I could see how we go 5, 6, 7 hours. I could see that. I can't believe time just flew like that though. We're gonna try to fit this in as quick as possible because we did not get it's a lot of topics that we didn't get to. But I really want to constrict this to 10:30. So if need be, we are probably going to do a part two, and we'll the four of us will decide that later tonight or tomorrow when we can make that happen. But it's gonna happen some point before the weekend. All right. Um, Raw. This is the second Raw on Netflix. No American Negroes wrestled on the first one. How do y'all? I'm sorry. Did any American Negroes wrestle on the second one?
I do not believe so. No,
Okay, I thought you had your notes and stuff. Yeah.
no, they didn't. They didn't. I'm looking through them now. They did not wrestle. The only thing they did was advertise that the New Day will be there next week.
Okay, so we're going. This is the second week and no American Negroes wrestled on the program. So I watched the first half of Raw Tuesday. Um, and it was a good show. From what I see. A couple of things popped out at me. The opening promo with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. These three have been feuding for a little over a year. Why? I don't know. For the fact that Seth Rollins could say all of this shit, that he hate this person more than anybody. I'm sorry, the loss to CM Punk was the worst thing that ever happened to him in his career, even over WWE title losses and shit. How did that feud get this personal? How did it get this personal, and where does it end?
Well, it's supposed to be from 15 years, however long ago. What was that? 2016 when CM Punk left. 2015.
What happened then?
Well, it's supposed to be
I think it
shit.
was 2014 when Punk left WWE and Rollins got mad at him for it.
That's the story. CM Punk. Seth resents CM Punk for leaving.
Okay, that's a stupid story, and I think that that's something that they made. And this is WWE saying this, right? Or it's these internet
Yeah, I
rumors.
mean, no, I think it's they're trying to use a little bit of organic vitriol between Rollins and
It's him leaving
CM
and
Punk.
I guess him coming
Yeah,
back and having such a prominent spot over Rollins. So
Okay.
it's some of that is built in.
yeah, it's big brother, little brother shit, and Drew hates both of them because he wants to be in that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Drew, I would say Drew has the better argument because his whole position is that he held the company down when the pandemic was going on, and he hasn't been shit since for ten
And Seth
seconds.
Rollins lost to
Is what it
Cody,
is.
Punk, and Drew.
Yep.
Wins and losses don't mean nothing. Because Seth Rollins can always come back in and be an entertainer. However, to be a champion. However, you know, I'm glad that I said that. I'm gonna hold that for 1 second. I'm gonna try to brush through all this stuff as quick as possible. The reason why I brought up these three in the promo is because they set up the Royal Rumble match very well. And they named Roman Reigns, John Cena, Jay Uso, all these people. Well, it just seemed in modern era star studded, and more star studded than the Royal Rumble has been over the last couple of years. Can y'all agree to that? I'm not saying that these are stars, but at least for the feel of it, they making it important. Can y'all agree that Royal Rumble has been starless over the last couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last 2 years, I'll say 3 years.
Yes.
Yes.
So this would seem like it'll have more stars in it, right?
Like you just said, the first participant to declare themselves was Roman, then Cena, then Punk, now Seth and Drew.
Okay. Shit, I dozed off real quick. God damn it, man. I need to get up. Uh, um, so my point in bringing this star-studdedness up, I mean, in American Negroes, got potential to, you think would win the Royal Rumble.
Nope.
Nah.
None. At best, you're gonna probably get uh,
Don't you think that
either a
Carmelo
Trick
Hayes should be
Williams.
talking shit right now?
They
Absolutely,
haven't
and that
even
was just gonna bring his name up.
had a single black wrestler on the roster come out and call it. They haven't even come out and said, "I'm going for the Royal Rumble win this year."
That's what
It's
I
not
was
happening.
kind of leading to, because you would think that the New Day would say, you know, y'all giving us so much flack on the Big E. You know what? I might as well, if I'm gonna piss you off, then I might as well piss you off by winning the Royal Rumble. Don't that sound like some corny shit
Yep.
that they would say?
Yeah, I can hear. I
Yeah.
can hear Kofi doing that.
So this is why I wanted to hold off. We land right into the right spot. This is why I kind of wanted to hold off on Carmelo Hayes, because Carmelo Hayes got a WWE title shot against Cody Rhodes. I think that he faced Cody Rhodes again, both of them in losing efforts. But you faced the WWE champion. You got a United States title shot. You getting a taste of main event mid card. You getting a taste of it, and it doesn't make you want more. Shouldn't him be focused on the Royal Rumble since he had a taste at a WWE title shot? Talking about from a booking standpoint now.
He should.
Yes. Yes. Not only that. Remember when he faced Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes' whole premise of that match was we need to reevaluate our first round draft pick. And at the end of the match, he co-signed him. Why not
Oh,
build
well,
off
the
of that?
fuck did that turn
But
out?
no,
You know what I'm saying?
catering warrior backstage all the time, getting sunned by Simone Negro.
It's scary for Trick Williams. I bet you they waiting on Trick Williams so they could
Didn't show up on
team
NXT.
up and shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be corny as
Telling you,
hell.
Either team
But
up or
About
resurrect their
the
feud from NXT.
WWE.
either way, it's trash.
WWE is about to expose themselves, like for real, when it come down to us, because you know Jakar Jackson got to come up. Last Legend got. They gonna expose them. They about to hit a corner, and we gonna see what the fuck is what. They about to hit a corner. I do believe that Trick Williams is getting ready to come to the main. Is it possible that he gonna come to the main roster and be there after the Royal Rumble, or you think they gonna wait till the drafts and all that shit?
I honestly believe that since he did not, I need to watch a little bit more NXT for the next weeks. If he's not showing up to get a rematch against Obafemi, he's going to the Royal Rumble, and I believe that they're going to attempt to put him in the Final Four, not winning it, but put him in the Final Four.
Anybody? Then who did you just mention again?
Trick Williams.
Uh, I'm sorry, to be honest with you, I'm out here. I'm I'm trying to get up and get my shit together right quick, but I'm shit. Today is not the day. Uh,
Yeah, But I do see that pandering happen because, to my knowledge, I've never seen an American Negro in the Final Four of the Royal Rumble ever.
White folk could tell you Farouk and The Rock. That's what they will say. So Carmelo, and it's crazy because they getting all these mid card people. We're gonna get ready to move on to Penta. They getting Penta, and they getting who's the Braun Strowman and Jay Uso, and somebody was saying that they was bringing somebody in. Who was this? This was one of my recent bookmarks. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm almost there. Uh, hell, did I bookmark it? Okay, thought I did, but it's at least one of my recent comments. Let me check this. Okay, here we go. WWE is reportedly or WWE reportedly see Malachi Black as a top singles act should he return to the company. Um, they bringing all these new whites, right? I'm sorry, new whites, old whites. They bringing all these whites, bringing in new Mexis and shit. And then John Cena is about to go on this run. You know what I'm saying? And I simply commented that, that hurts the progression of Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, and Wesley. The problem that American Negro wrestling fans are going to face is that they're going to accept this. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to accept this because Penta is doing a great job. They're going to accept this because Malachi Black is a superstar they always wanted to see get over. You know what I'm saying? And although they're going to love it so much that they can't stop watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? They just can't. And they won't advocate for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I meant to ask y'all this, and I want y'all to put it on record. Who are podcasts that you do fuck with on the wrestling tip?
I'm on it.
This is not a podcast.
Don't really watch any podcasts on wrestling much.
You familiar with names?
Let's see. Think any names?
Yes. Here's anybody that you know.
One like the Solomonster podcast, wrestling podcast. I've seen that one.
Yeah,
I've heard
I'm
that.
surprised that he got one. I used to call these hotlines back in the day. Because that was our Twitter spaces, the hotlines in Detroit. It was the 438s. But Solo Monster was out there in New York or some shit like that. And I used to call his shit back in like the mid 2000s.
Hmm.
And I didn't discover that he had a YouTube channel. I didn't know he was out there until last year. Is you saying that this is someone that you know or is somebody that you fuck with?
Like Solomonster, I watch his YouTube. I watch his reviews of like WWE and AEW.
Um, Anybody else?
Mike, we're getting some feedback on you. I believe I don't really watch them. I see some clips from them. O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s on podcast. I think the Black Wrestling Podcast and In the Clutch. I don't watch them to entirety, but I know of them. In the Clutch and Black Wrestling Podcast.
He too much of a WWE mark. And for him,
Oh yeah.
for
Oh
Ice
yeah.
Cube to be his father, and for you to recognize what's going on with the same shit that your father is going through right now with FIBA and the NBA, and you refuse to put a
Yep.
spotlight on this shit. Do anybody know how he reacted to Triple H not seeing color?
No, I don't think he brought it up at all.
That's my point. Public
But he
Enemies
was
podcast. He
very
was
You sit
supposed to
adamant
be.
on.
about
I had to
doing
stop
Hulk Hogan.
listening to these motherfuckers because they don't speak on this type of shit at all. Never say don't
No,
speak
they
on it.
don't. And owner brought up when he was talking about Hulk Hogan. And I'm like, that's one thing. You calling him out for all the nigga shit, but what about the niggas that's in the
That
company?
said what?
He called. He was saying that when Hulk Hogan came out on the first broadcast on Netflix, he was a part of the people that was booing him, and he said the reason why he was doing that is because the whole nigga rant that he had. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but what about the American Negroes in the company? You come out here, you promote your little movies when you come out. You're always sitting behind the announcers, but what are you talking about as far as the product?
So since you brought up
Both of
Hulk
them.
Hogan,
Well,
white folk
mhm.
will call Hulk Hogan racist, right? White folk will call Vince McMahon
Some.
racist, right? These are two people that has gotten away with things for a lifetime. How come you never hear white folk admit that certain people are white supremacists?
It's the accountability. We know how white folks are with accountability, especially
But the thing is,
white
one thing is,
supremacists.
white folk go to bat for hating on Vince McMahon. They hate Vince McMahon. And really, the reason why they hate Vince McMahon, they can say whatever the fuck they want to. It ain't because of none of these bitches. Because if Vince McMahon was standing in front of your face right now, you would cheer him. You hate him on the creative tip. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about nothing that Vince McMahon did on the creative tip and nothing because Vince McMahon knew how to make money. You know what I'm saying? I look at the business as a business. So you know what I'm saying? Uh, that's the difference between Triple H, Tony Khan and Vince McMahon. Vince don't give a fuck if you like his shit or not because he know you're going to come back. Tony Khan gives a shit, and his shit is still trash. You know what I'm saying? Um, how come? Like I said, when I talk to white folk, I generally try not to talk about racism, but I will talk about the system of white supremacy throughout history, and not just in professional wrestling. Have y'all ever heard any white condemn someone as a white supremacist?
Nope, not at all.
Never, even when they were right in front of their faces. Mark Furman.
Irish people will talk all day about the shit Anglo Saxons did to the Celtics, the genocide, the potato famine, and then turn around and call themselves white.
Yeah, yeah. That works. That works for
Fight
them. That
and
works
die
for
for
them
the
in
right to
America,
be called white.
and it does. That works for them in America. Uh,
They also want to call themselves slaves.
for these people, you know what I'm saying? When the Titans was
They
here in the
watched
20s and
Braveheart
30s,
one time.
when the Titans was here back in the day, they was treated like shit, I guess. What did they do? The white supremacists gave them an opportunity to step outside of themselves and, you contribute to America. And what did they contribute to America? Drugs, all types of shit. Alcohol.
Alcohol, bootlegging, prostitution, stolen
Yeah.
numbers.
Uh shit. Go ahead. Somebody do something real quick. I got to get up real quick.
What's going on, owner?
Just chill. But yeah, they won't acknowledge white supremacy because then they obligated to do something about it. So,
Yeah.
so they say racism all day. Oh, you racist. You racist. I mean, you can not be racist and be a white supremacist.
That's 100% true.
You can be, you can even go as far as
You
saying,
can love black
"Yo,
people.
Mike,
You can
what is that, Mike?"
hug up on black. Have all the black friends. Have a black wife. Cody Rose is 100% a white supremacist.
Oh,
Mike, you got some background, brother.
Okay, hold on, owner. I didn't know I was muted when I was telling. Who shit is that?
I think that's
Mike, is
Mike.
you there?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know whose that is, but the thing is, owner, you said,
that wasn't me. That screeching wasn't me.
that might have been owner. The owner, you said something that I want you to repeat. Repeat that statement again. You
Cody
don't have.
Rhodes with a black wife. He got black friends, black acquaintances. You probably invite black people over his house all the time. He probably think he love black people. But I believe deep down in his heart, he's a white supremacist. He might not be racist, but I believe in his heart.
You said that you don't have to be a racist to be a white supremacist. You don't have to be a racist to benefit from white supremacy.
At all. You just identify as white.
That is a thing that Rasslin with Racism wants to continue to push. And that's why I just said, listen, I don't, when I talk to regular white folk, I don't talk about racism. Technically, I don't talk about racism. I talk about the system of white supremacy. And when I talk about the system of white supremacy, white folk tend to take that personally. So when I get to talk about your benefits, you take it personally. You know what I'm saying? Mercantile Ron didn't leave until I brought up his government benefits. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to talking about certain shit, then they know when to get the fuck off. But they know what they benefit from, and they don't want to see that shit threatened. You know what I'm saying? They can hate you behind they smile just to keep their shit going. So my thing is, don't ask me how's the Undertaker racist. All this asking for proof, asking for proof, asking for proof. How many American Negroes has he put over?
Zero.
We talk about a 30-year career. No, that's always going to be my answer when it come down to certain people like wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay. I know what time it is for me. And we're going to have to figure this out. We're going to have I'll tell you what, we're going to do a part two. How about that? We're going to do a part two. I'm going to get ready to cut it. Y'all stick around for 1 second. In the meantime, for everyone else, take care of yourselves as an individual and take care of one another as family. As our ancestor, Frankie Beverly, stated plainly, we are one. And that's the way it is.